Hey guys, long time no see. My name's Kristalina. I am the host and dyer behind the Knitty Vampire. I haven't podcasted in a long time, but I've had the bug bite me, I guess, this summer. So I'm just going to show you some things that I'm working on. I'm filming at my parents' house while my mom is entertaining my daughter. So, like me, go ahead and grab a drink. I'm drinking some Liquid Death over here, and then we'll get started. So the first project I'm going to show you is out of my yarn. It is the Maple Vest, and I will have all of the links, everything tagged down below. But this was out of my advent calendar last year. That was my garden advent. It's a fade. So up here we have Armenian cucumbers, fades into Thai basil, then fades into morning glories, and then powder blueberries. This is my Dracula base. It is 100% superwash Polworth, and I love it. Like the stitch definition on there, like I don't know, I just feel like I don't get that crisp of a stitch definition on merino. So I've been working on this for a while now. I've got that front panel done. Still have to do the super long back panel. It is a split hem, and then I have to do the armholes. But I am gonna end up playing some yarn chicken on this one, and I knew that before I started. So worst case scenario, we'll grab like a black or something and do the armholes like that. But I'm very happy with it. I think it's gonna look really cute, especially come the fall when I can throw it on over like a button down or something. But yeah, I like the way it fades. It's like more color blocky, I guess. So hopefully I can have that done fairly soon. The issue with it is that it's cabled, and it's like twisted cabled, and so trying to remember the fade pattern with the twisted cables and what section am I on and da 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 da. It's a lot of like mental capacity needed for that, and I'm not quite there right now. I graduated with my degree in biochemistry in May. Whoop, whoop. Just on my shirt says everything is science, but that's why that got put down. It's just dealing with biochemistry was not compatible with a detailed pattern. So now that I graduated, I'm hoping to finish that up. I would like to finish that up by my birthday in September, but we'll see. We'll see where we go with that. The next, I have to show you the bag. It's silly me. So this is a tote bag from Annie Morton Design, and it's Totoro. I love this bag. It's just, I mean, it's everything Ghibli, and I'm obsessed. Like even the inside has the same little pockets, but it's all different Ghibli characters. It makes my heart so happy. So yeah, that's what I've been keeping that project in, just because it's easy to kind of take around at that point. The next project that I am working on is in this Hanaloo Designs bag. It's little origami cranes. And for those of you who don't know, I used to live in Japan when I was growing up because my parents are military. So we spent 4 years over there. And so anything Japanese related just makes my heart extremely happy. So I saw the origami cranes. I had to have it, clearly. And I purchased that through Bumblebee Acres. Hey, Sam. But it is housing my Air Tea by Ozetta. I have been working on this for at least 2 years now, if not a little longer. But I am at the home stretch. I know it doesn't really look that way, but I'm on my last skein of this yarn. This is yarn that I purchased when I lived in Arizona from Tempe Yarn. It is a Romney Sealy cross, something like that. Don't know if I have the tag. I think I might have thrown it away. Nope, it's right here. Ha 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 ha. See, past me and future me would need it. So it's Farm at the End of the Road, Weaver's Needle Yarns. Tempe Yarn, at least when I lived in Arizona, used to have this like section of undyed local yarn that was just spun as is, and I loved this color, and so I picked it up. Oh no, this is my Corriedale. Dolly. Should have known that. Yeah, so it says like it's a sport weight, heavy fingering. It's actually very thick and thin, to be honest. So some pieces are very much like a very lace weight, and some are thicker, more leaning towards sport. But what I love about this yarn, and I don't know really that you can see it best on this label. I'm trying to pull that back. So it says, from a ram. We'll see if that maybe focuses. I don't know. It says, from a ram named Sleeping Thunder, Cunnington Farms. So I like to call this my Sleeping Thunder air tee. It just makes my heart happy to know who it's from. But yeah, I'm on my last skein, so the neckline is done, the sleeves are done, I'm just on Body Island, and I've put in a decent amount of work on this recently. It had just been sitting for a while I was working on other projects, but I mean, I got like this much done in the last like week and a half, so I'm gonna call that a win. It's a lot of stitches, but once this yarn is done, it's done. There's no more of it, so I'm basically knitting until the last possible second before the I-cord bind up on the bottom, and then blocking it, and I'm just gonna deal with it. If it's cropped, no big deal. I have some pants that I'm like really excited to wear this with, but yeah, hopefully I can get this done soon-ish. There's one more project on my needles that I'm gonna show you that does take a little bit of precedence over this, so once that project is done, full steam ahead on this one until it's done. So this will be like the next main project, but I'm so excited. I cannot wait to wear that. So the last work in progress that I have to share is not for me. It's for Aylin. She picked out this yarn at Bliss Yarns in Nashville, Tennessee. Well, Brentwood, Tennessee, but close enough to Nashville. This is Twisted Ambitions yarn. The colorway, I believe, is Brilliance. The base is Wicked DK. It's 100% superwash merino. It is so bouncy and squishy. I love it. And then this is like, I think it's color 3458, something like that. From Berocco. It's Ariel. It's a mohair silk blend. I'm not a huge mohair person, but I knew that Aylin would like the fuzzy, fluffy kind of blend, and she picked out the colors all by herself. They did have like a more, not quite as neon, but more pink Ariel. She was like, you know, I want the orange. So knitting those two together, we get this very like day glow pink kind of color, and I'm not a pink person, but I'm kind of loving the way this is knitting up. So this is, it's from an Italian knitter. I think it's an Italian knit scarf or something like that. But it's free. It was super easy. You just increase to a middle point and then decrease. On this, I do have some Bluebird, I think it's Bluebird Stitchery markers. I got Massachusetts on there. And then I have a Simply Serving Luke's Coffee Cup from Gilmore Girls. I've never actually watched Gilmore Girls. I only have it because my husband's name is Luke. So it works out nicely. But just as like, this is so quick. I started this last Tuesday. It is now Friday, so we're just under 2 weeks, and I have not knit on this every single day. For reference, this is the halfway point. This little marker is showing what I've knit just today in like 2 hours. So I've got, I think, 140 more rows to go, which is saying nothing when you're decreasing. But I have this arbitrary goal to get this done by this weekend. I don't know why. It's like almost 100 degrees here in Alabama. My daughter's not going to be wearing this probably until November, but she's very excited for it. And so I just kind of want to get it done so I can focus on that air tee, so I can wear the air tee kind of in that like summer, fall transition period. With that being said, I love this pattern so much. I don't normally knit multiples of a pattern, with the exception of like socks and dishcloths and hats, like small accessories, and I really have to love the pattern. But I love that so much that I kind of want one for myself. So I picked up, again, in Arizona when I used to live there. And when I say I used to live there, we're talking like 7, 8 years ago. We moved to Alabama just over 6 years ago, which means, yeah, almost like 9, almost 10 years ago, I moved to Arizona. So, I mean, this is easily 8-ish years old. But yeah, so I have this, it's Cascade Yarns, El Cielo. I don't even know. I don't shop Cascade anymore because I'm very LGBTQ friendly. They are not, as they have proven themselves to be, but this is like deep stash yarn that I just want to get out, and I'm not even going to keep the leftovers of this. I'll probably just end up tossing it. So I just want to get it out, and it wasn't fairly cheap. I have 3 skeins of this. It wasn't fairly cheap, but yeah, I don't know. I think one of these will be enough, but I want to knit myself one of those scarves. I'm going to use this. This is alpaca, I believe. Sorry, alpaca. I could be wrong. Super fine alpaca and nylon. So yeah, it's alpaca. I'm not a mohair person. Mohair makes me itchy to wear, but the alpaca seems to be a little bit better. So I got this, and I'm trying to I'm debating which color of my yarn that I want to pair it with, because I have not really, I mean, I knit a sweater out of my yarn, but I haven't knit an accessory out of my yarn. But I have this blend. This is Illyrian. This is on my Blade DK base. It's an 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. So you can kind of see the sunlight. So I've got like this black and purple thing going, and I feel like that'll give me like a very violet-y based black. So we'll see. I don't know if I want to do that or if I want to warm up this skein of Velaris with that. I feel like that might be like more of like an indigo kind of vibe to it. A little warm, little cool, little blend there. I've knit with Illyrian and Court of Nightmares, which is like this royally purple color. I did a spirit stripe sweater out of, but I have not knit with Velaris in a very long time, and the last time I knit with it was on socks. So I'm leaning more towards this, but I'm not sure. And what I'll end up doing for myself is doubling the yarn. So the pattern calls for 1 skein of, I believe it's worsted. I'm using obviously a lace weight and a DK. I went up a needle size and it seems to be fine. But for Aylin, 1 skein is perfect. For me, I'm gonna need 2 skeins. So I have 2 of each, and I dye it, so I can dye it more if I need it. But I'm just trying to think that this might make a good like shop sample to kind of show how it works up with a different lace weight yarn. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think I do the blue or the black? Let me know. As for another future project, and this will be the last knitting / yarny based thing. Speaking of shop samples, want to knit a pair of socks out of this new color that I have. This is Dawn Court. This is on my Lestat base. It's an 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. It is a 5-color stripe to it. It's got this like faded red, mossy green, bright blue, purple kind of vibe to it. I feel, yeah, it's got wine in it too, like this like kind of like Cabernet-ish kind of color. So yeah, it is a 5 stripe, but I haven't knit with it yet, like this specific colorway, but one of my friends made a pair of socks out of it and it looks so good. So I really want to knit myself a pair, and then I figure with the leftover yarn, what I'll end up doing is making like 1 extra sock, because for me, if I knit like tall socks, I only end up using about 70 grams of yarn. So I could, in theory, knit another sock out of the leftovers as a shop sample, is what I'm telling myself. But yeah, I do have some of this in the shop right now. I have it on my Cullen base, which is my sparkle, and I have it on Lestat. So if you want to knit along, feel free to pick yourself up a skein. I have some other newer dark romancy skeins as well. I am in the thick of Advent dyeing right now, and not really in the thick of the dyeing part, but in the thick of the Advent part. I'm just wrapping up the little pieces and then packaging everything and then shipping everything out within the next week. Advents are not for the faint of heart, let me tell you. It's a labor of love, especially if you're going to do a 24 stripe Advent. I don't know that I'll ever do that again, but it was really, really popular. So who knows? Who knows? Never say never, right? Never say never. But, yeah, so that's been taking up a lot of my time, and I've been trying to get in, like, the scarf has been, like, rows in between different dye pods and, you know, warping skeins and sewing bags and everything else that kind of is going into these ones this year, but I'm excited for them. Like I said, I'm hoping to get everything shipped out by the end of next week so that I can just, like, have a breather. I have a surgery mid-August, so I want to get everything out definitely before then. And then I'll probably open up another more limited round of Advents in September that'll ship by November. But we'll see. I also want to get off Etsy. Etsy's been driving me crazy lately. So I'm thinking about opening my own website. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. But other than that, I'm looking for a full-time job. It's not going great. For anybody who's also job hunting, you know what I'm dealing with. But here in Huntsville, there's not a whole lot of biochemistry, biotechnology, molecular biology type stuff. It's really all up in like Boston and out in California and stuff, but we're not moving anytime soon, at least to those locations. So I kind of have to find something that's more in the Huntsville area. So it's been slow going, and I've sent out probably 40, 50 applications at this point, just in the last week, and gotten like 3 rejections and 1 that's like, oh, the position's not actually proceeding. They didn't get the contract is what I'm guessing, but yeah, it's been a bit. So I've been spending a lot of time with Aylin. She goes to preschool starting beginning of August, which is really exciting. And I can't believe that she's 4. She'll be 5. She'll be 5 in November. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't have a 5-year-old. There's no way. There's no way. I mean, there is, but like, she's just growing so fast, y'all. And the sass and the stubbornness. She's got my sass. Luke's stubbornness. It's raising independent daughters. It's hard. It's hard. Especially when they're trying to be independent with you. But we've been doing a lot of gardening as well, and it's been really relaxing and so enjoyable. We have 22 tomato plants in my garden. My husband did another 31 cherry tomatoes. Aylin is loving it. She is tomato obsessed. I'm loving it because I get to have fresh bruschetta and tomato sandwiches. So loving that. We've got some watermelons that are literally like this big. Cannot wait for them to be ready. And then got some cucumbers going, some peppers going. Nothing crazy other than the tomatoes this year. I specifically wanted enough tomatoes to can some for like the winter time and stuff, but I think we're gonna have to up the tomato production for next year if I want to do that. Like if I want to can enough sauce and diced tomatoes and stuff for the year. Planning a fall garden. Carrots, celery, kale, spinach, turnips. Yeah, just kind of more roots and greens, but we'll see. I have 4 beds that I inherited that I need to figure out what I'm doing with, and the watermelons are currently on a trellis, so I don't know about how the peas are going to work with that I want to plant, but we'll figure it all out. I got time. But as far as that, it's basically all I got. Thanks for sitting with me. I'm going to take my tomato from my garden, go eat a sourdough tomato sandwich for lunch, pick some blueberries to have with our blackberries in a little pie tonight for dessert, and keep on it. But I'll see you guys when I see you, hopefully more frequently, but who knows? Who knows? But thanks for joining. Y'all have a good day.